What if I told you the Roman Empire, one of the greatest powers in history, had a hand in creating one of its deadliest enemies? Buckle up, because today we're talking about how the Romans' biggest mistake unleashed Attila the Hun onto the world. The Roman Empire in the 4th century was massive, powerful, and honestly, a bit of a mess. While they were busy trying to hold their sprawling territory together, a nomadic people called the Huns came barreling into Europe like an ancient wrecking ball. The Huns were fierce warriors from the steppes of Central Asia, riding horses like they were born in the saddle and striking fear into everyone they encountered. To the Romans, the Huns were barbarians, outsiders, and above all, a problem. So, what did the Romans do about this problem? They paid them off. That's right, the mighty Roman Empire, instead of crushing the Huns, decided to offer them tribute. The Romans handed over gold, food, and supplies in exchange for peace. Think of it like trying to pay off a bully so they don't steal your lunch money, except the bully is armed to the teeth and could invade your entire city. This wasn't a one-time deal either. Over the years, the Romans kept increasing these payments to keep the Huns at bay. It was expensive, humiliating, and spoiler, it didn't work. Now, here's where things get spicy. All those Roman payments made the Huns rich. They used this newfound wealth to strengthen their armies, build alliances, and basically level up as a superpower. And then, around 434 CE, Attila stepped into the picture. Attila wasn't just another Hun chieftain, he was the Hun chieftain. Charismatic, ruthless, and cunning, Attila turned the Huns into a military juggernaut. While the Romans were busy fighting internal squabbles and dealing with other invasions, Attila was plotting how to make them pay, literally and figuratively. With the Roman gold funding his war machine, Attila launched a series of brutal campaigns across Europe. He sacked cities, ravaged territories, and earned nicknames like the Scourge of God. And here's the irony. The Romans' own tribute system helped create this monster. If they hadn't been so eager to buy peace, the Huns might never have gained the resources or power to become such a colossal threat. You might be wondering, why didn't the Romans just fight back? Well, by the time the Huns showed up, the Roman Empire wasn't as strong as it used to be. It was divided into East and West, plagued by corruption and stretched thin defending against other enemies. Paying off the Huns seemed like the easiest option, until it wasn't. Eventually, the Romans had no choice but to face Attila in battle. In 451 CE, Roman forces, allied with various Germanic tribes, confronted the Huns at the Battle of the Catalaunian Plains. It was one of the bloodiest battles of the ancient world. The Romans managed to halt Attila's advance, but they didn't defeat him outright. Attila survived and returned to pillage more Roman territories. The damage he caused left parts of the empire in ruins and further weakened Roman control over their borders. Attila's reign of terror ended in 453 CE when he died, under mysterious circumstances, possibly a nosebleed on his wedding night. Seriously, look it up. But the damage he inflicted on the Roman Empire was already done. Historians argue that the Huns' invasions destabilized the Roman provinces, weakened their military, and paved the way for the eventual fall of the Western Roman Empire in 476 CE. And it all started with the Romans handing over bags of gold. So, there you have it, the story of how the Romans' biggest mistake helped create one of history's most fearsome conquerors. It's a cautionary tale about underestimating your enemies and thinking you can buy your way out of trouble. If you found this story as fascinating as the Romans found their empty treasure vaults, hit that subscribe button. And remember, history is full of mistakes. We're just lucky they weren't ours.